award-winning Cafe Seville is one of South Florida's premier dining destinations. With every dish cooked to order, come in, relax, have a glass of wine from the extensive wine list, and enjoy delicious foods prepared with a touch of Spain. From the signature paella and amazing seafood to delicious meats and tapas, stop in to Cafe Seville at 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida today. Now let's give it up for our host, Mr. Monday!
Welcome to the Monday Night Live Show. I'm Carlo. This is my co-host, Figgy, for the first time.
Thank you for having me, Carlo. Thank you for having me.
I want to thank all the service people who are out there for making the ultimate sacrifice. This is a very important day,
Absolutely.
Memorial Day, right? And a quick little side note, the first time I met this guy, we're 11 years old, so I've been his co-host, really.
For a long time.
For a long time.
For a long
so
time,
tonight he's my co-host, kind of nice.
20 years. So you 11, 20? 22. 22 and a half.
22? What are you talking
22 and a
about?
half years ago.
But the first time I met him, he told me he had to get a CAT scan.
Yeah,
Because he thought he had cancer. He said he had body hair already.
Yeah, well,
like as a
I was
kid.
12, Carlo. Body was changing. You know, things were growing. Things were coming out. I was very comfortable.
This is what he told me the first time I met him. And then he asked me if I ever had a wet dream.
Yeah, you ever have one? Bonus.
I don't even know what it means.
Bonus.
I don't even know what it is. I never had one.
That's too bad. I feel sorry for you. Have you had one, McCluskey?
Oh, yeah, I sleep on my stomach every night.
Exactly. Just hoping and praying.
But I couldn't be happy to have a co-host like this guy tonight. I'm sorry,
Thank you,
Machine
Carlo.
Gun Mike.
I have big shoes to fill. Yes.
I don't want Mike punching me out
Big
because I
shoes to
said
fill.
that. But
He didn't show up tonight. He's
it's
over
my
there
guy.
getting daggerized.
35 years right there. All right, let's go right into shoot the shit. All right, so man arrested for telling playground where babies come from.
Homeless town crier and face tattoo aficionado Dwayne Ryan climbed to the top of a jungle gym in a public park and began shouting to the children playing the exact ins and outs of how babies are made. Earlier that day, Dwayne had been harassing women in order to prompt their male counterparts into conflict. The man got hit with about a $100 fine for disorderly conduct. It just sounds to me like the guy wanted to fight. And when you're wandering around affluent neighborhoods with a face tattoo, I think that's going to be a hard thing to find. What about you guys?
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where did this take place?
Florida.
On a Florida scale, it's pretty much a very benign incident,
It's
isn't it?
mild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very mild. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not chewing someone's face off on 95 North, high on bath salts, right?
No dead kids.
Right.
We're good on
Was he
this.
naked?
He wasn't even naked. I think he just felt compelled to tell him that the stork was alive.
What's wrong with these Floridians, anyways?
Land of Aesop, Carlo. Everyone's got a story down there.
Yeah, you're right.
Land
And
of
most
Aesop.
everyone's from up here,
Yeah.
from up this area, and they end up down there.
That's why. For a reason. For a reason.
So this guy did you guys ever, was it your parents ever tell you guys where babies came from?
No.
No.
No. I learned from the back of a magazine.
Yeah.
A very prominent magazine.
What was the name of it?
Hustler.
So this guy
I
had
read a lot,
tattoos
though.
on his face, and he's telling people,
He
telling
climbed
the
to the
kids.
tippity top of just picture the jungle gym in your park that has some ladder that leads to the top peak. He got up there and he just shouted out for everybody to hear in vulgar language that I will not use on this distinguished program. Exactly
Very
where
considerate.
and how a baby comes out of a woman.
Well, like the C word was used probably?
Probably.
Instead of the D word?
What a
Yeah.
scumbag.
It doesn't
And
sound
he
like
felt
a
that
very
that
good
was the
idea.
venue.
The guy's
for
got
that.
tattoos on his face.
What
I mean,
happened
come
to
on.
him? What happened
Is he
to him?
that ugly?
The cops arrested him, gave him a $100 fine, which just seems ridiculous to me. I might go
He's
do
a
that.
little-
$100.
he's a little low.
I might go do that, right? Would you guys watch that if we put
Actually,
that
it
on the show?
might have been a cop who was the guy.
All right,
was the
well,
guy.
Comment in the section if you guys want us to scream out, sex education to children.
Right? Jeez.
All right, next one here. Race faker Rachel Dolezal allegedly received more than 8,000 food assistance, 100 for child care, despite depositing 84,000 in her bank account after she released her autobiography.
So Rachel's an interesting character. In 2002, she filed a suit against her old college for discriminating against her because she was white. They displayed African art from actual African Americans instead of hers, and she thought that was unfair. And it was like an African American exhibit, so I mean, I don't know what she's complaining about. But after her first divorce at 26, she began identifying as a black woman, and she doesn't believe that race is biological. She was in charge of the NAACP chapter in Washington, and she's been collecting from the government while depositing $84,000
She
checks.
don't Oompa Loompa face.
No. Her parents turned her in, right?
Yeah, her parents
Yeah,
who
Carl's
are white.
right. You ever see her?
Said
She's
our daughter
orange.
is white.
Yeah, she's like
Oompa
orange.
Loompa, like Oompa Doompa Doompa Dee Dee.
I tricked everybody at the NAACP.
No, but seriously, people get duped by anybody nowadays.
So she's
And
an
her parents
American
turned her
lady
in.
is scamming the system?
She's a Caucasian woman who has Caucasian parents and a Caucasian brother and is biologically related to all of them, who at 26 got divorced, decided that she doesn't identify as white anymore, and then weaseled her way into a job at the NAACP. Her parents outed her as being white, and the NAACP said, we can't have you represent us. You lied to us.
You lied, yeah.
So now she wrote a book about it. She's trying to cash in on it, and she did while also receiving
I think she's on Netflix,
vouchers.
too. I think she has a Netflix program coming out.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw when I Googled
Yeah,
her
and
name.
she's on government subsidies.
God bless
Sounds
America.
like Trump's supporting the wrong people.
I guess, man.
They might have the same makeup artist, those two, though. You ever see the two of them together? I mean,
She might be related to Trump.
Same complexion, yeah.
Exactly. Same
He's a
orange
pumpkin- he's got like a
cheese.
pumpkin
Can I
face.
ask a question? And I don't mean to be controversial, but isn't that a little bit offensive? Like isn't that cultural appropriation on her part? She's like, I don't know. I think.
Well, the whole thing doesn't sit right. You know what I
No,
mean? Right?
and
She's just a con artist.
people are saying that since she didn't file, she hasn't stopped this government assistance, that she might have mental illness. I think it's interesting that this is where we think she has
Shocker.
mental illness. Yeah,
Shocker.
it started in
She's a
2002.
scammer.
Shocker.
She's a scammer. All right, we got a little video coming up here. Female tourist kidnapped for ransom in Bangkok airport. What do we got?
This is kind of crazy. So this has actually happened. Okay, a woman was kidnapped in a Bangkok airport, and they have the camera footage from like the airport. And we were able to get cell phone footage from some of the people that were there, and our editors here at Breaking Balls were able to put together like an amalgamation of this to kind of create the narrative of what happened. We do want to warn people it's scary, it's real, and just pay attention.
So can you elaborate a little bit on this?
Yeah, so I don't know what you guys saw in that video, but I saw something very scary.
I saw Sophia and Sopak get kidnapped. I mean,
They're from Cambodia.
yeah, was that them who got kidnapped? Sorry, girls.
That's why they're not here tonight. They didn't get
So what happened?
this girl got kidnapped. I guess she was from an affluent family. They demanded 15 million baht, which I assume is money. And after paying up 10 million, he called police. She was released, and they know who the people are.
You sell it for less than a full balance, though, huh? She took less. Took the 10 to the 15.
Yeah,
What,
they
make a
bartered.
deal? I'll give you 10. Okay.
They bartered.
What was she? Is she like the Giselle of like Asia?
I don't know. Usually they're
got money?
they're more connected to their male heirs. I would think that would be the person.
She looks
to
like
go
she
after.
struggled at all, though. So maybe she was in on it. You never know nowadays.
Yeah,
You
all
know
those
what I mean?
movies do that,
She
right?
might have worked in Thailand. You know?
What do you mean by that?
If she did, I'm wearing a
You
shirt
know what
by
they
her.
do over there. All right. Next we got here. I can't afford boxes. This kid. Failed to launch millennial, 30 years old, comes up with a novel reason for refusing to move out of his parents' home, even after he got a job at a pizza chain, or offered a job at a pizza chain. The judge ordered him out of the house by June 1st.
Rotund Michael Rotondo has been
Rotondo,
ordered
you
by
see
a
this guy?
judge to move out of his parents' home by June 1st. He refuses to on the grounds that he can't afford moving boxes. Christina and Mark, his parents, sued their sons after months of trying to get him to leave. And a judge said Michael has to be out in a week. A pizza chain offered Michael Rotondo a job to help him pay for a new place. Like, the community's getting involved to get this kid out of his parents' basement. My question to you is, would you eat a pizza that this kid worked at the
What
restaurant
was the
that
chain?
made it?
What was it?
It had to be Domino's. Either
I don't know.
Domino's or Papa John's.
I don't know.
Right? I mean, there's two national
You see the
chains.
picture of
That's
this
it.
kid? You see
Look,
this
he's
kid?
eating the profits, Carlo. One for you, one for me.
Yeah, you should see
You
this
opened the
guy.
pizza, you got 4 slices.
What a disgrace to the Italians, too. And his parents won't even let him live in the
But the
basement.
millennial thing doesn't matter, though. He's just a bum. The kid's a bum.
Yeah.
There were a lot of bums in the 60s, too, you know.
Yeah, 60s, 70s, there was bums.
A
Didn't
lot
matter.
of bums. The bum down Lynn Beach. You ever see that guy?
Oh, yeah.
What does that say?
He's way
leans like
back.
this.
He's
Poor
the
guy.
bum.
What does that say about like a restaurant that's willing to hire somebody that his own parents are suing him out of laziness? Why would you even take that kid on?
No, nothing. Yeah, right. Publicity.
Yeah, that's the
100%
wrong
publicity.
kind of publicity for me.
It
I don't
makes you
want to
sick, though, when parents and kids are fighting and it's national. It's like, that's just
Sad.
it's disgusting.
His name is Rotundo. It's a big strike one.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, you want to stay thin. If your name's Rotundo, you want to stay a little
Maybe
trim.
this guy tried holding it together in the
gym
6th grade, and
once a week.
the insults were just too brutal. He just gave up.
Rotundo.
Yeah, this kid lived a life by the
Mr.
elementary school.
Rotendo sits around the house.
Kid probably had a horrible childhood.
All right. Who are you going to call? Staff at a haunted Iowa library calls paranormal group after workers complain of ghosts moving chairs and dropping books on the ground. You believe in this ghost stuff? What's
Yeah,
going on?
I do. I definitely do.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I lived in a house that was haunted.
Oh, really?
You went over the house
You
before.
haunted it.
We used to walk through the cold zones. You don't remember
I don't
that?
remember. You told me about it. I thought we were
There
drunk.
are people out there who've been there, who've been to the house, who've seen it happen. All right, it's in books. Start with me, Carlo.
What do we got?
Staff members at a library in Iowa say they are being haunted by ghosts. The library had been built on the site of a hotel in the 1800s. One worker said he was working alone when a book fell from thin air onto the ground. Another said that they had heard footsteps while working alone. This was at the James Kennedy Public Library, and they've called in ghost hunters to investigate this.
I think they're all smoking vapes, these workers.
That might be part of it right
Yeah.
there.
Jules, the Jules.
Smoking that oil
Jewel.
crack
My
that you
personal
people are all
theory is
smoking
this
around here.
is a Scooby-Doo thing here where a guy's trying to get people to actually go to a library. Everybody's on their Kindles. Nobody's going there anymore.
What was the old man's name in Scooby-Doo always did it? What was his name? Mr.
Southers or something?
I
don't know.
Oh, you dark.
I mean, there's a lot of ghosts
wait,
like
what, you
in
kids?
Salem, Mass, right next to
Yeah,
where we
like,
are.
do you guys believe in ghosts, like knocking books over on shelves, breaking a dead soul, like coming back just to scare you?
Yeah, to
Yeah.
throw over Moby Dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Great Temptation, whatever.
Like, is it just
Moby
like
Dick.
asking
Look,
you to read a
You know
book?
his father's name?
No, what is it?
Papa Bona.
Great Expectations. What is that, Great Temptations? That was the porno version. Mine was the adult version. Great Temptations. Unbelievable.
I'm not sure on this whole ghost thing. I'm
Yeah.
like 50-50 on that. I don't know.
I would think that if I could come back and interact with people, I would do something cooler than
You
pushing
spy on
encyclopedia on your
people
floor.
changing and stuff. I know what
Sad.
you would do. All right, what about the Celtics last night?
Unfortunate loss. I mean, you can't shoot 7 for 40 from the three-point line and expect to win. I bet you could, Kyle. I bet you could beat that.
I think I could get eight shots.
You guys should go down and film him shooting three-pointers. Guarantee
I
it.
would maybe get 43 for 43
That's a very bold statement.
if I use a Nerf ball.
I'll bet.
If I use a
What,
Nerf.
what are you gonna use for a hoop? A swimming pool? I mean, come on. Jeez, he's talking to me here.
What about LeBron, though?
He's amazing athlete. You got to give him his due. He may be a little crybaby. He may have a balding hairline. He may be a bitch, but he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's
Phenomenal.
great.
One of the best of all time.
I take him on my team.
Every day and twice on Sunday.
How do you rate him and Jordan?
1-2, depending on the day. I mean, physically, LeBron's a better, more physical athlete
Animal.
than Michael Jordan's. But yeah, it's a great debate for the times.
What happened to Rozier?
0 for 10.
I know.
That's a tough night.
He had
It's
a
long night.
great year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a
Jaylen
great-
Brown wasn't much better. I think he was 2 for 9. I
He
mean,
had a
Alex
great
had a
year.
bad game. So what can you do? Yeah, I got nervous. The ball got a little tight.
I know.
Got a little tight.
I know.
Those are some big, two bowling balls with tube socks. Some of those guys.
All right, so next we're going to have our guest, Rosie Martone. She's a chef and a former stand-up comedian. She owns a wonderful restaurant in Boston called Figaros. And we recently started a cooking show with her. Check out her teaser. That's going to go right now, and watch that for a minute. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
Welcome to Rosie's Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a very, very popular pasta dish that we've all heard of. Orecchiette pasta with sausage and broccoli rabe. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take these broccolinis, we're going to set these aside. Reason being, these are the ones we're going to toss with our ground sausage once we start to brown it in the pan with all the other ingredients. What we also have over here is the broccoli rabe, which these have already been cleaned. And we're going to take these, and really all we're going to do, because we're going to puree this after, is we're just going to cut off those stems. So, that's it. That's it. And then we have our lovely domestic broccoli. What we're going to do with this is also throw this in the puree, because really the broccolini are going to be the ones that are really going to add that earthiness. So, there it is. Orecchiette pasta, sausage, and broccoli rabe.
Rosie! Figaro! Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. Mwah.
How you doing?
You leaned in for the kiss.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I'm a ham.
You showered today.
It's nice.
So tell me where your place is.
Well, hey, nice
How
to
are you,
see you.
sweetheart?
That's the first time you guys met, huh?
Yeah.
First
He
time.
leaned right in.
I know. Well,
right for it.
but I insinuated.
Hey, you signed the form.
Or initiated.
Do you like
That's
do
right.
you like the guys with the gray hair or guys like this?
You know what? I gotta be honest with you. I like them both together.
Oh,
Like a snow cone with
Little
some
salt
colored
and pepper.
jimmies.
You're into that.
Salt and
Jesus, you're
pepper.
into that, huh? All right. So tell me about your place in Boston.
All right, so basically, I got this really kind of cool sandwich shop in Boston on Beach Street where the Chinese are. But right around the corner from there is this what? There's Chinese there. You can't say anything these days.
What? You have a Chinese food restaurant?
No, I'm around the corner from the
All right. I
Chinese.
thought you had an Italian place.
105 Beach Street. Basically, we serve up some really amazing sandwiches. We make sandwiches the way you want to eat them, you know, and it's really creative, and every day it's different, but it's almost like that vibe of where everybody knows your name, and I really love it. It's
What
where
about
I
your
go.
place in Revere?
The one at Revere is kind of like when you have two kids and one's a little stupid. You know what I'm talking about? We're like, you're like relying on the first one to
Like
really
you and
make
your
it
brother.
happen, and then the second one's just kind of like the little engine that couldn't. You know, and you just wait. You have hope in it. I understand how my parents felt, honest to God. Not necessarily about me, but in general, my parents just felt like, man, like, you know what? Someday she's going to do something great. Someday.
So Revere didn't work out,
No.
but Boston.
Needless to say.
you're kicking butt in Boston.
In Boston, we're just like destroying it. You know, and honestly, I have to say, we're very lucky and very fortunate because we have great customers.
Now tell me a lousy customer story.
Ah, man, I mean, there's so many. There really are a lot. And it's because somehow we've now created a culture where everybody feels entitled. Nothing is ever good enough anymore. And I swear to God, there's people that don't know how to order a sandwich. They'll wait till I'm entirely done, and I'm talking about first fold of the wrapping paper, and they'll be like, can I get some diced pickles, maybe some onions, some lettuce, a little bit of tomato,
Is that your Chinese
little
voice?
mayonnaise? I'm basically doing like a voice that could be any culture, especially in Boston, downtown.
Right.
So essentially, man, that's when they tell me the toppings. Now I gotta unwrap it. It's like, come on, man. It's not like first grade. First grade, like sandbox.
Did you save someone's life in the
I
restaurant?
did. I
Tell me
actually
about
did.
it. Tell us about it.
You know what? Like, it's still something that like literally shakes me.
Why? You wish you died?
No. It was just such a moment. Like, you never think you're gonna have like those moments, those 911 moments. Thank God. You know what? I haven't had many, but man, this guy I saw him. He's never been there before. I didn't recognize him. 85-ish. Orders himself a meatball sub.
Was he a portly guy?
No, he was a skinny dude that looks like he smokes a lot of weed in New Hampshire. Like, that's literally what this guy looked like. I was shocked he was getting a meatball. I thought for sure.
Like a country bumpkin type, like a hillbilly?
Like
a ridge
a
runner?
little bit. Like, he wore his nice shirt. I think they were going to the doctors, funny enough.
Okay, yeah, right.
And then his friend was with him, and this was like an old guy too. And they're sitting there and they're eating. I always customarily...
Were they lovers or?
No, I didn't get that vibe. I mean, you never
Yeah.
really know. Although I wouldn't carry the way. As
Yeah.
long as they're feeding their faces with my food and paying me, I could care less what your persuasion, what your nationality, religion. I'm friends with everybody. So that's really the truth. So this guy starts choking, or it looks like he starts choking, and I'm like, oh my God, here's my opportunity. I just learned the Heimlich. Who would have thought, right? So I literally like dove around the corner. Well, I walked over, all right? And
I like that.
sometimes when you're on TV, you tend to embellish a little bit. I didn't run over.
She sounds like
I
you.
maybe like power walked it. Like a little, you know what I'm saying? I maybe power walked it. But I got to the guy, and I assume he's choking. You know, he's doing all the sort of shit that you would do if you were choking. I get this guy, and with all my strength and might, I squeeze him so hard. I would say about like 4 or 5 thrusts, right? Where the guy was like bouncing up and down in his chair. And then finally I just stop and he goes, and I'm like, he came to, you know?
Meth or something?
I don't know. So they call 911. So of course, everybody in Boston, in my shop at this point, has called 911. They show up. They take him to the hospital. I'm worried about the guy like he's my father all day. I'm like, oh my God, I wonder how that guy is. I'm not even paying attention to the sandwiches anymore. I don't even know where I am.
Shaking.
I
Absolutely.
was shaking.
Yeah,
I say, I don't know what's going to happen to this guy. So I get a phone call like 2 days later. I waited 2 days. And they say to me, listen, we want to thank you. Whatever you did to this guy, he wasn't joking. He was having a heart attack. But you, by your thrusts, your powerful thrusts,
You broke 4 ribs.
I gave him life. I literally gave him life. I couldn't
That's
believe
a great
it.
story.
God,
It
that's
is
awesome.
a great story. It's the first time I've saved anybody's life. Have you guys saved anybody's life?
Lifesaver! I save lives every day. I missed the Monday. All right, so you work with family?
Yeah, I do. I
You
do.
have your family work, your parents, your brother?
Yes, I work with my whole family. My brother's at the cash register, and he handles all the monies. I don't really want any of that anyways. I mean, I want it, but I'm not really interested in all that. It's dirty, too. It's dirty. And I see my brother literally handle bills, and then he goes and he makes himself a sandwich. It makes me want to die. So in any
Doesn't make any
case...
about the sandwich. Let's clarify.
No,
that. Just himself.
nobody else. He makes himself a little snack, you know, and I'm
Yeah,
just like
just himself,
literally
though,
like,
Rosie.
my God, you're eating
Everyone
everything
else's fecal
and
matter.
more.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So in any case, you know, my mom and dad, they're like, you know, it's like they're in their own kitchen, and I let them do whatever the fuck they want. I'm sorry, but I really do. You know what I'm saying?
Rosie.
They're old.
Rosie,
They've given me everything in life.
No
They gave me a
F-bombs.
start. You know, they
No-
can do
no
whatever the
F-bombs.
fuck. If my mother decides that she wants to make lasagna, like at the end of the day, that doesn't even make sense. Then you know what? She's making lasagna.
Right.
That's right. That's a special. For
That's
the
my
day.
mother.
One question, then we're going to go next segment.
Yes.
Did you box some other girl?
I did.
Can you tell us about
You
the
guys know everything over here.
Yeah, we get
Oh my
the
God, I
story.
feel like you guys are like the CIA.
Tell us real quick about this boxing story.
All right, well, basically, like, and in a former life, when I was working out, more so than I do now, a lot more so, like, I was boxing. So basically, I would swing at this bag, and I had, like, a trainer and stuff, and he made me feel like Rocky, and I'm pounding on this bag, and I used to get, like, this group of guys that would just kind of circle around, and I would just be wailing on it, and there would be, like, people saying, don't get in the way of that, man. And I just felt so, like, I don't even know, like, invincible. It felt so good. So this girl comes up to me, and she's basically, like, a legit boxer. Like, you know, whatever it is, minor league, you know, but still,
yeah.
she's a boxer. She knows what the fuck she's doing.
Shows fists.
She goes in there. She goes into the rink and she says, Rosie, she goes, how about, you know, me and you spar? And I was like, all right, yeah. Like thinking to myself, you know, we're going to be like girls and like have a little fun, like, boop, 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 boop. You know?
Your pink headset.
Maybe
You
go,
have a pink thing. A pink
yeah, the whole thing. But
pink.
I had the gloves.
Did you have pillows in your hands?
I had the gloves. They taped my shit up. But dude, let me tell you, like, this girl came out and she was legit trying to hurt me. Like, and I didn't realize it at first. I thought it was just gonna be like
Exhibition.
Fine, yeah.
boxing and a latte.
that was Rocky.
Boxing and then a latte.
Yeah.
You know, like
Like
this
you're
girl,
sweating.
she literally, I got hit in the face once. That was it. And I can't even tell you what happened to me. I got so scared, and it shocked me, and my face felt like, just like, do you know what that looks like when you get, look at, your nose is like this.
You
Your
get
face
smell,
is like
smell,
that.
too,
Came back.
smell. You get-
And
yeah, yeah.
came
your
back.
face ricochets off the glove. It ricochets.
Well,
So-
Mike Tyson used to always say, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Oh my God, without a doubt.
Right?
So did you
Without a
punch her?
doubt.
Did you hit her in the face?
Oh
What
yeah,
happened?
after that I knew it was like, you know, I had to
It was on.
I didn't have to box this girl. I had to fight this bitch.
Really?
She was trying to kill me.
So what happened?
So I went out there like an animal. I threw everything I had at her. I put my weight on her. I was like, what do I got? What do I got? You know, and I literally,
on her.
and it came, we were bloody. We were bloody at the end. There was no winner.
You
It wasn't even
menstruated?
about that.
Just spoil it. This is what Rosie says.
You know what? This just became like that friggin' health
It gets
class
awkward.
fucking pervy
Awkward.
moment. That's what you just turned this into.
Good job beating
You
that
brought
girl
me
up.
back. You brought me back to 7th grade when they told us about that shit, and I was horrified for days.
All right, well, class, let's go to our next segment. Our next segment's going to be called, it's called Chow or Plow.
All right, so we're going to show you 2 images. We're going to see if you would rather chow or plow what you're seeing. You get to only pick one of the 2 options shown. Okay? So we're going to start with
my God.
Rosie, and yours is going to be Spanish actor Javier Bardem or a delicious plate of paella.
Wow. I've had quite a few plates of paella, I'm gonna say, and they're pretty tasty. They're pretty tasty. However, Javier Bardem, just like based on the catalog of movies he's done and the roles he's played, like he's got like 3 things going. Like he's like got that accent, and he's hot, and he's like crazy as a mofo. So it's like all those three things is generally what I feel. I mean, this is not really a female-oriented
Sounds like
studio
a lean
audience.
towards Javier. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, totally. You have to go with Javier. And I love food. I love food. But you know what? Javier Bardem.
You going Javier
Hands
Bardem?
down. Hands
You would
down.
eat him or
All right.
plow him?
I would do both. I would do both.
Shower plow.
I would enjoy my
Figgy?
evening.
Yes,
Are you ready for yours?
I am always ready.
You are given the options of Salma Hayek or gazpacho.
Oh, gazpacho. You like
Gazpacho sucks. Gazpacho sucks.
Hopefully Salma
like
has
name.
too.
It's like it's
name's
cold soup. It's
disgusting.
cold soup. I like saying gazpacho though. If you say gazpacho, it sounds pretty cool. Gazpacho. But
You speak very
I
sexy.
like. Thank you, Carlo. I like my soup like when women hot,
Yeah.
caliente. So I'll take the Salma Hayek.
Yeah, I'll take
From
that.
Banditas too.
Isn't
From Banditas.
Vichyssoise is cold too. That's another shitty soup. That's another shitty soup.
All right, we're gonna go. All right, I'm sorry. We're gonna go to Carlo. You're not as exempt from this. Your choice is Penelope Cruz or a delicious beef taco.
So it's either her or a beef taco?
It's either
Oh, come on.
Penelope Cruz's taco or a beef
I would
taco.
plow her with the beef taco. Then I would eat it. All right? That's what I would do. All right?
I believe it's the Chinese
Oh
that
my
eat
god,
on
my
this one.
face is
The
red.
Mexican,
rather have
you
a
can give it a
I'm
shot.
making you blush. I made you blush with that one. Now, what would you do?
You're worse than my
hot
gym
shell or a
teacher.
soft shell taco?
Hard shell all the way.
I mean, that could break off. It could create problems.
First off, it's not even a fair comparison.
Well, here's a fair comparison. Rosie, yours is next.
Oh, okay.
Robert De Niro or chicken saltimbocca.
It's like sleeping with your father.
I feel like chicken is kind of pedestrian, whereas like like if you gave me a more exotic meat, I might be like, ooh yeah. But I mean, Robert De Niro.
Duck.
You know what? There is not a sausage I don't like. I swear to fucking God.
beautiful.
I'm talking. I love the German
you wanna have a drink?
sausage, the Hungarian, the Italian,
What about
the
the-
Chinese, all of them.
What about China? You're in Chinatown. You must like the Chinese sausage. They got them over there.
Yeah, but you know what? They only have them in small links.
They're all small. Yeah.
That was a but-up. So yeah, I would have to say that I have too much respect for the man to throw my vagina at him. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with the pasta dish. I'm gonna go with the pasta. What is it? The puttanesca?
Rosie goes with the chicken saltimbocca.
I'm going with the salt and boca.
And that moves us along to Figgy.
Yes.
Figgy, would you like the Italian actress Sophia Loren or chicken piccata?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of like with Rosie, chicken piccata's, pretty generic, right? Get that anywhere. Sophia Loren was the first, like, iconic, sultry
And you and her like the same
goddess.
age, right?
Yeah, she's 88, Carlo.
See,
You guys, she looks good.
that's my
You
issue
see her
right
lately?
there.
She looks like a Play-Doh face.
I'm not gonna-
Jesus Christ.
I'm not going to bang an
Same age.
88-year-old Sophia, and I'm not going to eat a 2-week-year-old chicken piccata.
Yeah, so I'll go with Sophia Loren, though, any day of the week. She was the original Sofia Vergara. You know what I mean?
Totally
So,
true.
I
would go with Sophia Loren,
savory
and
and
I'm not
sweet.
gay.
Rosie, you're a chef. What's the shelf life on like a chicken piccata?
Oh God, it depends what place you're talking about. But I mean, honestly, if we're
Figgy, what's
talking
the shelf life on
scientifically,
Sophia Loren?
14
5
years.
days. 5 days.
All right, Carlo, yours is up next. Michelle Beadle, who's an ESPN reporter who was born in Italy,
What's that
very
know-it-all
important,
chick?
Carlo.
or like a family-sized tray of sausage and vinegar and peppers.
I'd go with the vinegar and peppers and then regurgitate it on her. Yeah, I don't like her.
I've never seen her. What's she look like?
She's like a bleach blonde fake Farrah
Is she
Fawcett
the woman who
reject.
talks like this? LeBron James tonight.
She's the
27 points. How are you? Is that the woman that talks like this, Carlo? Overpronounces everything.
It's another one. She's another
That'd
one.
be crazy, that one.
I'm not a big fan of her. I'll puke on her. All right.
We have a new segment.
New segment we got here. It's called What is Wrong in the World?
I'm going to talk about a couple of topics that are currently in the news, and I want to hear your take on what in the world is wrong with this, okay?
Yep.
A cake celebrating a South Carolina teen's high school graduation turned into a not-so-sweet surprise when a public supermarket censored the inscription "Summa Cum Laude" from a birthday cake that she ordered. Not a birthday cake, a graduation cake.
Right.
This kid graduated
It was
summa
his
cum
birthday
laude.
on his graduation.
Yeah. And this public supermarket had a computer that digitally writes the words on the cake, and it errors out words like the F-bomb, the S-bomb, all of the scary bad words that we don't use here on Breaking Balls. And this guy graduated cum laude, and it edited cum out of the cake.
Oh my God.
So this family got a cake with, 3 letters missing. I
Pretty
guess.
important letters, though, too, right?
Yeah, this kid
Yeah.
graduated. What does that mean? What does that mean
Weren't
in
you guys
Latin?
cum laude? Weren't you a cum laude?
I was a cum laude, yes.
What, magna cum
I
laude?
was summa cum laude.
Was she quiet about it, or?
We are both cum laude.
Did you cum laude?
Generous.
Did you cum laude?
This is a kid show.
So yeah, I mean they spelled it wrong and everyone's upset about it. I mean, you can't even like.
We're just gonna censor ourselves to a point where no one's even gonna talk anymore. I almost said it again.
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, you can't say anything nowadays without insulting anyone, and everyone's so hypersensitive.
Have you guys seen the movie A Quiet Place yet?
No.
Literally, this movie is about that exact thing where they just can't talk because the aliens will come down and eat them.
Oh, I heard it. I saw that.
It's
I saw that. Is
insane.
that good?
It was good, but you know
Who's the
what?
big actor in
Nobody farted, nobody sneezed.
Uh.
These are things that human beings
John
do.
Krasinski?
You guys have both farted since you've been up here.
John Krasinski.
I mean-
John Krasinski. It is. It's John Krasinski from the
It is John Krasinski. He directed, he wrote it. I just felt like there needed to be some sort of background. All of a sudden, you see this family, they're already quiet.
What's the next?
How are you going to learn about the movie? They're
What's
already
the next thing you got
quiet.
about gluten?
Yeah, so there's a war on gluten right now, and all 3 of you grew up in Italian families where bread and pasta were staples in your
lucky
diets,
ones.
right?
The lucky
As
ones.
food allergies grow and people become weaker and weaker, what are your thoughts on gluten, and why is it perceived as like some huge flaw?
It is a disease though. There
Well,
is
celiac disease is legitimate. I know 2 people with the affliction, and my wife.
Affliction.
Yeah, it's a
And they're,
disease.
they're
I
very
mean,
disturbed.
affliction
The 2
is
people
like-
you know are very
it's a very
disturbed because I know
serious
both of them. And they're both disturbed people.
They have a disease.
They
Carl.
have
a disease.
It's a disease, man.
It's an
Talking about
intolerance.
disease.
It's an intolerance
That's what
at
he says.
most.
There we go. It's a disease.
Nobody's
he
going
says.
to die.
I don't know. They said they could die.
No, they can't die.
My wife's grandfather almost died from celiac.
They get really sick.
Are you
If
sure?
they eat the wrong thing.
What is
All
that
right.
thing?
What do you think
I
it
don't
is?
know.
It's a mixture of foods.
We got to be in the
I'm a
house.
chef, so you know what? When it comes right down to it, right now there's too many different ingredients in these ingredients. So it's
Right.
not just like the main ingredients. Then the next ingredients are
Synthetic
the other.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
Terrible.
one ingredient is all the ingredients you need. If there's more than one ingredient, you're in trouble.
It's
You
true,
know, all
but
the
now
additives.
they're trying to make They're trying to make enough food to keep up with us animals over here because we eat 3 times the amount in any other country.
I know.
Because we eat a lot. We eat excessively. So the point is that in order to keep up with demand, they have to make more food.
Don't worry, he's not going to bite you. He's scared of. He's
I
scared
don't like
of-
bees. I don't like
Really?
insects.
He doesn't
No,
like
it's not
insects.
real-
I
it's
could have
not
told
one
you
that
that when he was
bites.
11.
It's not one that bites.
I'm allergic.
This one at most will caress
You
you.
ever see these clowns?
He's-
I'm allergic to bees.
No.
Figgy, we just-
You're a pussy.
That's just been added in green screen. That's not a real bee.
I'm allergic.
Yeah.
All right, what else? We got to elaborate on that gluten. Is there something else?
I think that's a dead topic. Let's move on to the fact that if you were stranded on a, desert isle and you can only have one food for the rest of your life, gluten allergies notwithstanding,
God.
what would you pick? You can only have this for the rest of your life and you're on a deserted island.
And you don't have to kill it?
You don't have to kill it. You have the ingredients, but you have to prepare it every day, and
Oh,
you're
okay,
given
okay,
the
okay.
tools to do so.
I'll go
Go ahead.
first.
Go ahead.
This is like a fantasy of mine to be able to eat pizza every day, all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I
Just
fantasize about
cheese.
this.
How would you have it?
No, I mean for
Margarita?
me, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right though with the nice San Marzano tomatoes. You gotta do the fresh mozzarella di bufalo, and then you have the absolute fresh basil with the good olive oil. If you have all that,
You know you're on
shit,
a desert island,
plus
right?
double low, double zero flour,
Where's the desert island? On the
and
north
you
end?
have a furnace that cooks at least 900 degrees, you're all set.
How would your mother answer this question in her accent in Italian?
My
In
mother?
your mother's accent.
My mother would literally say to me, "And no, it's good that you go there because you're gonna be in a diet. You go and you eat the berries, you eat the fish if you catch the fish, but then you're gonna be skinny because you're fat." That's what my mother would say, literally, legit. And she's fucking right.
He's a little bit too.
What would you do? What about you, Fig?
I'd have pasta. Same thought process. Give you the carbohydrates to keep you fueled. You know, if I had to
I wasn't even thinking survival.
You know what I mean?
I think I'd go with clams. I mean, a desert island, I can fish, get the clams. Eat clams
Just
all the time.
clams.
Clams are
No, how
good.
about fish? You got multiple different fish.
Clams
There's
are
like
easier
one
though.
clam.
Clams are easier.
You could have mahi. You could have flounder.
No, I
you
go-
could have sea bass.
Yeah, but a
You just
clam's
want
not gonna.
clam.
I just
The
want
clams are
clams.
gonna swim away from you.
I just want
One
clams.
clam.
It's sedentary. It's
one
right
clam.
there.
One clam a
I
day.
dig for it. I get it.
They're paying low yielding activity. Have you ever
One
dug
thing
for
and one
clams?
thing
Yes,
only.
of course, Paul.
Jerry
All
Flavor
right.
Pence.
All right? I was with you before, and I rubber boots.
We had like 9 clams in 4 hours.
Got sick. All right. We're going to take a commercial break. I want you to watch our commercial that went out today. It's about our I Love Monday merchandise. And when we come back, we're going to do our next segment. Thank you very much.
Yeah! Woo-hoo! Yeah, come and get your tank tops. Universal sizes, one fits all. Get your dress shirt for your summer weather.
Get your summer tank tops, gray or black. Black makes it look thin. Get your tank tops, summer's coming. I got thousands of tank tops to sell. Let's go, the summer's here. Summer's here. Summer's here. You want to get a suit coat for the summer? For your summer wedding? Let's go! I Love Monday t-shirts back in stock. We shelved it up. Monday hoodies on sale. Buy a bunch of them. Flat print breaking balls hats like the millennials wear. Wedding season's coming. Get your dress shirt. The original I Love Monday t-shirt. Let's go, you scumbag! Hey, I want to thank Rosie. She did a great job.
Amazing. Can't wait to go there.
Check out her place in Chinatown, Boston, because that's where she is.
Figaros, yeah. Sounds amazing.
And she's got a full episode segment coming out tomorrow, which we all got to check out, which is going to be pretty
Awesome.
good. So, what do we got? We got some art sent in by fans.
Yeah, okay, so as the Monday movement grows, we encourage fans to direct message us your fan art. The last few weeks, the art has been pouring in, and it's been really good, so we'd like to share a little bit of it with you. We're going to actually show you 5 different pieces of fan art from fans of Carlo, Figgy, and the entire Breaking Balls gang. So let's take a look at some of the pictures. What do you got, Mr. Monday?
Oh, so this is,
Looks like it's a picture of you
Me?
from Linda from the Bronx.
How old is Linda from the Bronx?
She is a 7-year-old girl from an elementary school.
Thank God she's only 7, huh?
Yeah, she's a
should be
big fan of
arrested.
the show. She says, I love
Her
Mr.
parents should
Monday.
be incarcerated for this picture. Understand that?
She's got me giving the finger. I mean, I never give the finger in to anybody.
She might come from a bad home life. I don't know.
I got a huge neck. You been doing some neck bridges?
I know, look at that. My mouth is crooked. I mean, what's going on? Look
Your
at
hair
my
looks
mouth
good, though.
right
Your
there.
hair looks nice.
She should
Blonde,
get
I'm
out
not
7
blonde.
years old.
It's
That's
gray.
pretty good.
You look better as a gray.
You think grays look better?
I have to.
She did a nice job. Good job, Linda. Keep sending them in. What do we got next?
Next is from a female fan, Vanessa. She did not disclose her age, but she did send some photos that we weren't allowed to show on Breaking Balls.
How old was she?
It doesn't say. She didn't give that, but I can tell you, I hope to God she's 18 or older. Her favorite Breaking Balls character is Eric Alcatraz, and she's depicted him here.
Everyone, all the chicks
ladies
love
love
Eric
yeah.
Alcatraz. Ladies love. Sorry, Shanna, they like him better than you and me. Okay.
The ladies love Alcatraz, and if you see here, she's pretty good at art, too. I mean, these are just some of the examples we got, but...
Actually, looks just like him. Same mouth.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the hair, though. The hair's not there.
Well, and
No tattoos, though.
Shave your head.
But that's him swimming away from Alcatraz. He's got no hair either. What's he wearing?
What happened?
He's wearing one of
He shaved
those.
it down like it's faster.
He's wearing a
I think there's
swimmer's
a huge
cap.
lice problem in Alcatraz. Body lice and hair lice.
Really? Okay. Good. Good job. Good job, Vanessa.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
Vanessa. Going on to our next picture. This is from Pedro Gonzalez from Southside Chicago.
Oh,
and his
Pedro.
favorite person is Machine Gun Mike.
Oh, Pedro thinks Mike's Espanol too. I guess he's not, but made him look.
Mike has a huge gun.
Yeah, that's a big gun. Look at that thing.
He says
I mean,
Mike is his
look at the
hero
size
and
of that
he
thing.
loves sports.
Really? How old's this kid?
This kid is 13.
Oh, nice.
MS-13, Mike.
I wonder if that's his father's gun that he took a picture of. And drew
I don't
it.
know. I get nervous. That kid might have gotten in trouble
Is
for
that a
drawing a
tape?
gun in school. We might have got that
The
kid
gun's
in trouble.
bigger than Mike. Look at
Tony
it.
and Army.
He's got a huge gun.
13-year-old's bigger than Mike.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger than Mike.
Oh, Jesus.
That's grounds for psychological
Mike's
evaluation.
got the biggest heart, that guy. Ah, that's unreal. Good job, Pedro. What do we got next?
Moving along, we have Max Johnson's little piece of art here. He's from Manitoba, Minnesota, and he drew his favorite character, Garrett Whalen.
Garrett's my favorite.
Konnichiwa, Garrett
Garrett's
Whalen.
everyone's favorite.
Konnichiwa.
Garrett broadcasted a Japanese beer bong thing the other day, and apparently Max Johnson was inspired by it and drew this piece of art.
How old's Matt?
Matt did not write his age, but he did include a couple of pictures of his bicycle. I don't know.
Garrett Whalen's feet stink, by the way.
Yeah, saw that one
You ever-
coming.
you ever-
I mean, just saying.
You ever see his? You ever
Shocker.
smell his feet? Garrett's feet stink. I mean, he's a great kid, great guy. All right, what do we got next?
Our final one for today, unfortunately, we're not going to show them all. This one's called Big Muscle Man, and it was drawn by Katie from River Hills, Wisconsin. And it is Louis Gaza of the Gaza Brothers. She's a big Chain Gang fan.
Louis Gaza needs to get rid of that beard, okay? He's a handsome kid.
Very handsome.
And, you know, he's got to
Part of the brand.
All right, I guess so. Is it a real beard?
I don't know, but
nice job.
I'm sure
The tra-
Katie from
the
River Hills,
trapezius
Wisconsin,
is like
would
tremendous
love
in
to
this
know.
picture. The traps are huge, Louis. Look at the size of those things. Guy's like an animal and a man combined into one. like a manimal. Like an ape and a lion and a man kind of came together.
That's pretty good. And there's actually more pictures people sent in. More.
Oh, there's a bunch more, yeah.
Are they emailing this stuff or are they mailing them?
Some people are direct messaging it through Facebook. Some people are emailing it. We've gotten a few direct letters here. We have the hard copies of some of these. People are amazing.
We need to send these people free shirts.
Yeah,
Especially the tank tops.
a lot of elementary schools and prisons.
Beautiful.
That's quite a
Well,
demographic there, huh?
Let's give it up for the co-host tonight who's with us.
Thanks for having me.
And I would just want to say the Monday show's growing every week. Last week we had 10,000 views between Facebook and YouTube. But one thing I want to thank a few people there tonight because the show would not be possible. We would not have a Monday night show without Joe McCall, Tonzo, McCluskey, Georgie, Greg, Bellissimo, and our new self-proclaimed tech guy, OD.
Nobody cares. It's a
Let's
big
go, baby!
Yeah!
So big thanks to these guys.
Huge!
Bring back the characters.
Because if we don't have these guys here, there's no Monday show. And the Monday show's doing great, guys. Also want to thank our sponsor, Joey Roast Beef Esposito Cafe Seville.
Oh, the best.
We need more sponsors.
He makes the best paella, by the way.
I know I was going to bring it up, but I didn't want to.
Phenomenal
Trying to get through
paella.
that
I'd have
segment.
his paella over Summer Hayek. That's how good his fucking paella is down there.
You would put
That's
the.
all
I
do.
think you would put the paella on.
Don't,
on
don't
all right.
tell my secrets.
Okay, all right. I know what you do.
I'd bury her in
Food
it.
sports.
Sniff the seat.
All right.
Get your tank top.
And listen, buy some apparel. You saw the commercial today. Get some apparel, all right, guys? And just remember, Monday comes every week. There's nothing you can do about it, so embrace it. On three, let's give it a Monday, nice and loud. 1, 2, 3. Monday!